welcome to the show. Hey, it being my pleasure to finally get you on the podcast. I know we've been talking about this for quite some time, and now you're finally here. We got a lot of catching up to do it. This is actually one of my childhood friends.
Absolutely.
Entrepreneur, father, been married before. Got a lot to experience to bring to tonight's episode, and hope to gain some knowledge from you tonight. So let's go. So introduce yourself to the viewers out there.
What up, though? It's VL Varnell, my real name or whatnot, but I go by VL. I'm just a father of four, a business guy, businessman or whatever, have you want to portray that.
And you want to tell them out there what side of Detroit you from? East side or west side?
Baby, east side, all day.
East side.
Some my better my baby, you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a question. Like, born and raised in the city of Detroit, do you feel like it's a different from the east side versus the west side? Because they're always, like, I always hear diversity, like, the east side people like the one way, the west side people like one way. What you think about that?
Well, I fuck with the west side. A lot of my people's from the west or whatever, you know what I'm saying? A lot of guys, you know what I'm saying, that's been in the street or, you know what I'm saying, that's in business per se, they reside on the west side, and I learned a lot of shit from the people on the west side, so I got much love for the west side. But as far as the question that you asked me, people from the west, it's the same thing on the east side. They feel the same way about the west that we feel about the east, that we're the better side, they're the better side, or whatever the case is. But shit, we know the east side is better, you know.
I'm good in area good.
Yeah, me too, me as well.
All right, so let's talk about like what you working on. Like, far as I know, you was telling me about your clothing line. You had coming out. You was doing your clothing line.
Absolutely.
Like, so I want to talk about your business. Well, up and coming projects. What you working on?
Yeah, well, as far as my business, my business name is Unique Origin. We started it back in 2020 around COVID. Unique is originated from my sister's name that's no longer with us, Diamond Unique.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what
I'm sorry. I remember your little sister.
Yeah. So,
yeah, very young.
Yeah. She was like 25 when she passed.
I know that was really hard on you.
Man, shit, the hardest shit ever.
Then you lost your mom too.
Yeah, 8 months apart.
Yeah.
I lost two sisters and a mother in 8 months.
How did you feel like, I can never say you completely healed, but how do you feel like you was able to cope to get through, I know at the time you still had children to take care of, still had a family. What did you think like you used to help cope through that situation?
Shit, man, you really don't cope for real. You know, so you're just trying to get through it. You know what I'm saying? The best way you know how. But, you know, so we still mourn every day, but at the same time, we just got to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You got kids and everybody looking at you. You got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving.
So I know it's plenty of days when you probably punch yourself somewhere broke down.
Man, I wouldn't say broke down. It's just like, shit, like when you got your core people not around anymore, man, that shit is a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Trying to cope with that, you know what I'm saying? Trying to move on with life, you know what I'm saying? You got kids, you know what I'm saying? At the time, I was married. And you had.
Are you still married?
Nah. You know I ain't married.
I don't know what's going on. I knew y'all wasn't together. I know like it was officially divorced.
No, we unfortunately things didn't work out. You know, unreconcilable differences, you know, some whatever.
So
you know
speaking of marriage, we gotta play Dream with the T game. I like when I get males guests on my show because I like to hear the male perspective, especially like a person that been married. I never been married before, and I just want to get your side of it. What do you feel like since you've been married that make a successful marriage? If you was giving advice to somebody who want to get married.
I think, you know what I'm saying, like having God first, you know what I'm saying, you have to put God first in your life and whatever the case is, and you got to make sure that the person that you're with is of the same, I would say, the same stature, the same, in the same lane as you, you know what I'm saying, you can't fuck with motherfuckers who is not of the same mindset, of the same, thought process or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Compatibility?
Yeah. You can't really deal with folks who not or don't have what you would say. You know what I'm saying? You got to be what you say. You got to be
compatible.
Compatible, or they got to be evenly yoked. Same thing. You know what I mean? You got to have the same motherfucker. Y'all got to be the same type of people. You got to understand things on the same level. You got to understand.
Would you remarry?
Hell yeah.
You know, like a lot of people, they be so bitter after that first marriage.
I think, like, for me, you know what I'm saying, I got married young.
Okay.
I got married at 25 years old, you know what I'm saying, thinking like, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with a person, but if we're not on the same page or you like come from the same thing, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of difficult to really try to cultivate anything going in the same motherfucking direction. You know what I'm saying? And then if you don't have and especially in marriage, you gotta have like it's like really like having a kid. You gotta have people with you that fuck with you that want to see you do good. If you don't have those people in your corner, you got everybody else in your motherfucking ear telling you this and that and the third, and really don't have success in their own motherfucking in their own past or whatever it is that they dealt with. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna go well. Cause everybody just, you know what I'm saying, you're looking for advice or somebody, you know what I'm saying, to really tell you what to do or.
So are you currently dating?
Am I currently dating? Yeah, I date. Yeah. Absolutely.
So like, what's like some of your expectations or criteria? What you looking for in a woman when you out dating?
Person that's a smooth that is not argumentative or anything like that, you know what I'm saying, know what they want, know who they are as a person, confident, strong, and you know what I'm saying, and they are their own person, they know who they are, period. I know I said that, but they know exactly who they are, they know what they want, they know, you know what I'm saying, where they're going, type shit.
I heard you say something about strong. I know like a lot of guys, we want women to submit to them. A lot of guys don't like strong women. So what's your opinions on like a woman submitting to you? What's your viewpoint on submissive women?
It depends on the circumstance of what you speak of, you know what I'm saying, as far as submissive, you know what I'm saying. I think men can be submissive, women can be submissive, or whatever the case is. Not saying that men are submissive or anything like that, or, you know what I'm saying, like soft or whatever. But as far as like you got somebody that is willing to listen, you know what I'm saying?
That's your definition of submissive.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause listening, you know what I'm saying, you understand where I'm coming from, whatever the case is. So if I say something to you, you know how to incorporate that into your everyday. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm trying to be dominant or anything like that. I just want you to listen to what I'm saying. Not change your life. But I want somebody who's comfortable with who they are, and I'm gonna accept them for who they are. They're gonna accept me for who I am. I understand what that is for us. You know what I mean? As a collective. But other than that, you know what I'm saying, that's what submissive means to me, just listening. You don't have to be over the top. You don't have to be doing other things that's not conducive to your way of life. I want you to be who you are, remain who you are, but also, you know what I'm saying, just listen to who I am and what I'm about. That's it.
What about dating women that make more money than you? Like, that's another hot topic on social media.
I prefer it.
Damn, okay, you beat me to it. Damn, you beat me right to it.
No, I'm fucking with you. No. But if
you prefer it?
No. I said she got a bag, she got a bag. You know what I'm saying? Her money is her money, or you know what I'm saying? And my money is my money. But at the same time, if we're together, we're together. You know, it's not your money, my money, it's our money. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not looking to spend your shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying, us to build together. You know what I'm saying?
When you say build, like what? Cause you over 30 now.
Yeah.
It's like when you looking to build.
I'm 40.
Oh damn, you 40, brother?
Nah, I'm almost 40.
Okay, so like at almost a 40-year-old man, when you say building, where do you think y'all should be at building at this point in life if you was in a relationship or marriage?
So for me, you know what I'm saying, I have kids, right? You know what I'm saying? Not, you know what I'm saying it as far as that, whatever. But my main objective, especially if they have kids as well, you know what I'm saying, the kids is the most important. But at the same time, we're trying to elevate in life, regardless of whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm closer to 40 than I am 30. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm way past 20. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to elevate and establish something for myself as well as my family, so we can continuously grow. You know what I'm saying? Not try to be anything more than what we are. You know what I'm saying? Unless, you know what I'm saying, opportunities present itself to where we could be in a place where we could be vastly enjoying life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if we can do that, we smooth. If I'm asking you a question, then.
Okay, cool. So basically, it's trying to elevate in life.
Yeah, like regardless of whatever, man. Like if we investing in, you know what I'm saying, in business, doing certain things that's gonna put us in a better light, shit, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Rather if it's her idea, I support her or whatever the fuck the case is, or I'm doing what I want to do. You know, so as far as elevation in life, that's all it's about.
Like, I didn't see like a lot of stuff going on social media, like about people feel like they can't wear the same clothes. You was talking about vesting, maybe say to me their like feel like they can't wear the same clothes. And,
what do you mean?
Like, it's like this stigma on social media that I be seeing, like the trend. Like, a lot of people feel like you can't wear the same clothes on and pop out on pictures again.
There's a thing with that with me too. I don't give a fuck, you know. But at the same time, I look like, man, your life is your life, man. I don't follow trends. Never been a person that follow trends. I always did my own thing, studied my own lane. So if I pop out, I pop out, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, you see me, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck it is, or and you know what I'm saying. Half the time, you know what I'm saying, I'm flying to most niggas anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give a fuck about what another nigga wear, or if the motherfucker see me in another situation again or whatever. So who the fuck are you to tell me? You know what I'm saying? Like if I should or should not wear what the fuck.
And I feel like a lot of people go broke like that. They spending their money.
Nah, man. Like if you live for and that's not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
But not, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't live for other people. I live for me. You know what I'm saying? What's comfortable in my lane. And I've always been that person. You know what I'm saying? So you think you're supposed to be comfortable with you. I see a lot of motherfuckers, they looking at other people's lives and comparing themselves to other people. And their life is shit. You know what I'm saying? And the people that you're looking at, you know what I'm saying, they may portray one thing, but at the same motherfucking time, their life ain't what it seems. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that.
So, like, I don't worry about that shit. I never have. You know what I'm saying? At one point in my life, I was like, damn, this, that, and the third. But then I thought about it, you know what I'm saying, because I have more logic and understanding in my life, you know what I'm saying, and where I'm at, especially now. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about what the motherfucker dress or how I look or what the fuck they may feel about what the fuck I do in my life or who I hang with or, you know what I'm saying, what woman I'm with or whatever the fuck it is. Whatever the fuck I deem necessary for myself is what it is. Period.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is.
But that's what's up, man. I'm looking forward to this clothing. Like you said, getting back in your bed with the clothing store and... And I know your kids getting big.
I'm about to revamp some new things.
I know your kids getting big. You got what, 4 boys now?
4 boys. I got a 16-year-old. I got a soon-to-be 13-year-old. I have a soon-to-be 11-year-old, and I have a 2-year-old.
So you ain't got no daughters?
No girls.
So what's fatherhood like for you now these days?
It's
like being co-parent. Cause like let's speak on healthy co-parents before we get up out of here.
Okay, co-parents.
Cause you're not with the mothers, right?
No.
Okay.
No, we're not.
Cause I feel like a lot of people feel like they can't have healthy co-parent because they didn't make it work with the person.
I feel
so
like
if
we have a good rapport,
quite a few kids.
If we have a good rapport with each other, you know, so we have an understanding and most of all respect, we smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we can have that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it's all been rainy.
You ever been put on child support?
Yeah, I'm on child support right motherfucking now, which I shouldn't be. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? I took care of my kids since they came out the motherfucking womb. I was always that father to do, and I always wanted my kids to have what I didn't have growing up. You know what I'm saying? Because we grew up kind of, you know, I ain't gonna say fucked up, but it was
in the trenches.
You know what I'm saying? It was a challenging time, but I always wanted my kids to have and reflect who I was. You know what I'm saying? Presentation is the core of how I look at life, you know what I'm saying? Like how you present yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's the best representation of yourself, you know what I'm saying? So if you have that, you know what I'm saying, you're smooth. But as far as like if we could get on the same, we on the same motherfucker course.
Is you the type of person like, was you like, your kids smaller, like, but you're not with the woman no more, like what's your viewpoints like having your kids around other men? Like, you type
so my thing is, I'm all for, you know what I'm saying, if they solid, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to interview them yourself?
I would like to meet them. Yeah.
I would say you got to interview them. You said solid. How would you know if they solid or not?
But I have to meet them. You know what I'm saying?
So you would like to have an interview with them?
You know what I'm saying? Like dealing with women that I date. You know what I'm saying? Like not saying that I have met their children or whatever the case is, but I would, and eventually you have to meet the children and the father. I recommend it. I wouldn't even go near the children unless I've actually met the father. I'm not of that mindset of meeting their kids without meeting the father. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've spoken to him over the phone, FaceTime, some shit like that. But as far as me, like actually dealing with,
so what's some of the questions you want to ask the father?
Like
what type of vibe you trying to know?
Where you from? Shit, like shit. Do you have a record? You know.
Okay.
Like,
no, that's serious. You never know.
Like shit, is he a pedophile? All that old type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Like what's his lifestyle or what's his background? Where you come from? As well as you should know that as far as dealing with the significant other you have children with. I don't recommend motherfuckers having kids just out of wedlock. You know what I'm saying? Fuck with motherfuckers who. It's not that they shouldn't be fucking with in the first place.
Yeah.
I think you should do the background check of the family You know what I'm saying?
What type of background check are you talking about?
What I mean by background check, you should understand who the fuck.
Like an oldest check?
No.
Michigan Department of Corrections?
No, hell no. Nigga, I'm talking about,
oh shit! I'm like,
what I'm saying is that you should talk to motherfuckers. I mean, excuse me. You should talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Know who their family are, their mother, their father, their grandparents. And
understand how they grew up.
You know what I'm saying? Understand and get a clear understanding of what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Who you dealing with. You know what I'm saying?
You fuck that can affect your relationship?
Hell yeah, because motherfucker got childhood traumas and everything like that. Me, myself, I have a lot of childhood traumas and things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? That I have endured throughout life and shit. Like a lot of shit that people wouldn't even believe or could really recognize within themselves and shit I've been through. You feel what I'm saying? And like just to see me here now, you be like, oh nigga, nah, this and the third. No, motherfucker, I done been through shit and had shit happen to me, so not in a fucked up way, but in a way that is traumatizing. You feel what I'm saying? That could have swayed me either way. You feel what I'm saying? So if you gotta
go, seek therapy or get that baggage taken care of.
Oh,
my opinion. I think a lot of people frown upon seeing a therapist.
No, I see one.
Oh, you do see a therapist?
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? To deal with, like you know, I have relationship, commitment issues. I'm not saying it's commitment as far as me committing to somebody, but me trusting somebody. I don't really fuck with motherfuckers like that. Like, it takes me a while for me to deal with a person, for real, because I don't know what type of time they on.
Yeah.
I have to get that shit some time. It may be a while. Now, we may date, we may go out, but we may do a lot of things, go out of town. Whatever the fuck it is that you're doing in relationships, I would do that with you. Just to see what type of motherfucker you is. I have, like I said, like my marriage.
Still do all that and now put a title on it?
Hell no. Listen, I'm not in a committed relationship with anybody. You know what I'm saying? However, you know what I'm saying? If I fuck with you, I fuck with you. I'm more consistent with you, and I deal with just you. You know what I'm saying? If we can rock like in that way, but I don't lie to no woman about any motherfucking situation or circumstance or whatever the case is. I say I date or I fuck with, you know what I'm saying, other people, or if I fuck with just you, I fuck with you. But I ain't putting no motherfucking label on anything because you can do something. You can do some shit today, you know what I'm saying, that constitutes me to stop fucking with you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like how you move, I pay attention to a lot of shit. Even if I talk to you, just
so you think how long you think you should do all the relationship stuff without putting a title on you?
I think as long as it
like 6 months, 3 months.
I don't put no time limit on it until I deem necessary that you fit for me. Shit, that's what it is. Period. You know what I'm saying? I done rock with motherfuckers for like shit 3+ years without putting a label on some shit, or longer than that. You feel what I'm saying? When I put a relationship label on.
Do you feel like label put more pressure on the relationship?
I think it depending on the person and who don't know who the fuck they are, or whatever the case is. Or not to defer or anything, but I had a person trying to force me into a motherfucking relationship. You know what I'm saying? And she was cool.
How she tried to force you in?
And so she was like, oh, what are we doing?
Oh, okay, you like that time.
So I'm like shorty, like I just met you. You feel what I'm saying? If I'm just meeting you, or like we just start fucking with each other, you know what I'm saying, on that type of time, so you gotta relax.
You feel like it's on the guy to make that first move to say, hey, we in a relationship? You think a woman can't make that first move?
I think a woman can't make that first move, but if the dude ain't on that type of level, if he's not mature enough to understand who the fuck he is as a man, you know what I'm saying, he gonna allow a motherfucker to force him into that situation, and he ain't even one trying to be in that situation. So I look at it if a man be like, look, shorty, you know what I'm saying, we've been doing this for a minute, you know what I'm saying, I'm really feeling, I fuck with you. Depending on how you feel about the circumstance and the situation that we in, what do you want to do with this? Do you want to pursue it, or you want to go further with this shit, or whatever? But if we ain't doing that, fuck it. You know what I mean? Shit, I've been rejected before. You know what I'm saying? I've been, you know what I'm saying, turned down or whatever the fuck the case is before. You know what I'm saying?
I think people don't have rejection. Well, what's your viewpoints if a girl reject you? How do you handle rejection?
How do I reject? I keep it moving.
I said, you take it personal like I wasn't good enough? Or?
No, I keep it fucking moving. If I'm in a relationship with a motherfucker, and she's like, this ain't working for me. Okay, all right. I appreciate your honesty, for one. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep it motherfucking moving. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I may not be fit for you. I may not be fit for a lot of motherfuckers, and that's okay. I'm cool with that.
So you okay with rejection?
Hell yeah. But I'm going to keep it motherfucking moving. So the same thing I expect for me is the same thing I expect for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if you say that I'm not good enough for you, and for whatever reason, and if I say the same thing, you should be able to accept the same thing that I'm saying.
Okay, so you said you don't mind telling her diverse.
Hell yeah, I'm keeping my fuck one. But if I'm feeling you, I'm feeling you.
How much you feel like you should spend on the first date?
Shit, depending on where we going.
Like, I'm saying, what's your budget? Like, you feel like it should be a cap on the first date?
It depends on where we like.
I'm saying, when you meet a woman you like, I got nervous.
See, I have a whole.
You got a cap on a date?
I have a whole situation. First of all, I'm gonna take you somewhere mutual that we can both, survive or whatever the case is. Because if you worried about what's in my pocket, baby girl, you ain't for me anyway. You know what I'm saying? So
where you want to take her to? Like a place like what?
Take her with shit. Like, it's a lot of motherfucking places that you can go to, without spending on motherfucking money.
Like, give me an example. Where the first date?
We go to motherfucking, we go to Riverwalk or some shit. If it's nice,
to a park?
Or with a park, whatever. Let me get fall, not the winter because it would be too cold. I don't go outside. But fall, spring, summer, I'm outside. We go take a stroll to the motherfucking park. Let me get to know who the fuck you are. Let me pick your brain and see where the fuck you going. If anybody I fuck with, anybody has to reflect me. You know what I'm saying? In some type of way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? It has to be a calm, chill type situation that I could really fuck with. You feel what I'm saying? If you are, it's not it now, and I'm not knocking that. If you know what I'm saying, type of motherfucker that like the party, whatever the case, I'm accepting you for who you are.
Yeah, let me ask you the last question then. I'm glad you brought that up about going to the club and relationship. What's your thoughts on like your woman going out with your relationship?
I prefer it.
Her to go out to clubs?
I prefer her to do her.
So you think it should be a set time frame on how many times you go out a month?
That's what I'm saying. What I said to you in the beginning, like I expect the person to be who they are. If I fuck with you and that's who you was when I met you, I expect you to be who the fuck you are.
Because some people feel like if you was doing that before the relationship, you should stop her so down, not to be in a relationship.
No, motherfucker, like let's call you a motherfucker.
No, I know you good.
But I'm whoever you are when I met you, I'm accepting you for who you are. I'm not trying to change the motherfucker in no way. I had not to cut you off. I had a young lady that liked to dance, party, whatever the fuck the case, shake her ass, throw that motherfucker in a circle, have her. And I accepted her for that. For that.
Okay.
She was a live wire. I loved her fire. I love women with fire any motherfucking way. But for a motherfucker to do what they do, I appreciate them for who they are, and I'm allowed. And me personally, as a man, I have to allow her to be her. Now, when she step out of the confines of being respectful, then that's another type of or tasteless. You feel what I'm saying?
And I do agree with you on that. I think you should, especially over 30 dating potential is crazy. Like potential is trying to change people.
Listen what I'm saying.
Dating potential is crazy.
I'm glad you brought that up and shit. I don't believe in potential. I believe in only promise, right? Potential is a made up motherfucking situation that it don't even exist. It's abstract. You know what abstract is and shit.
So
it don't exist.
You know where it come from?
What?
It come from like I might meet you. I might want you to have a house, a car, a job, but you tell me you going through some shit. But that's some things I like about you. But you tell me you in the middle of transitioning. So now I think we in potential.
Nah, fuck all that.
Now we in potential because
that's what I'm saying.
You don't got all the criteria I wanted, and you're telling me you're transitioning.
So I'm put it like that.
That's potential to me.
So potential is not concrete. You can't feel it. It's something in the fucking air that don't even exist. Promise is something the motherfucker is working towards. They actually in that motherfucker motion of doing what the fuck what they're called to do, whatever the fuck it is they doing. They actually moving in such a way that you can see like, okay, I see what dog doing, and I can invest my time into this motherfucker, regardless of male or female or whatever the case is.
Right.
I don't deal in motherfucking potential because as a potential I put it like this. I'm like, oh, this nigga could be that, or this woman could be that. If I just do this, then maybe.
Yeah.
That
I got my feelings hurt dating potential.
You feel what I'm saying?
I have.
Absolutely. That's what fault it is.
It was my fault.
It's your fault.
I take full accountability. I'm not dating potential. Like now when I walk into a situation, I gotta accept your good, your bad, your flaws and all. Because if you don't change, and if I was dating you based on change, because I have done that before. I have dated based on change when somebody didn't have all that shit together and they said it was working on some shit.
Fuck all that. Like,
and then 2 years, 3 years go by.
Oh, that's too long, baby.
So what you think you still don't deal with potential anyway.
Like shit.
But I'm saying, because then your feelings get involved. Now you're playing against
feelings
versus what I want.
Fault. I'm going to tell you, you know what I'm saying, because if you don't understand what the fuck it is, you know what I'm saying,
well, that come from...
I'm going to tell you like this.
That come from people leading you on, so I'm working on this. I'm working on that, yeah.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Cause you liked the nigga before he even told you anything. So the thing
it was things it was like I'm talking about like you come into her like, okay, I want a woman, establish her own everything, this and that. But then you see she might not have everything you wanted. Like you might want her to say she want her own house, car, job. You want an independent woman to take care of herself. Let's say that was one of your expectations. But you notice she might not have her house, but she living with her mom, and she said she in school or something like that.
Pause like this. Right?
Would you date her?
She in school? Hell, motherfucker, yeah. Because she in school.
But then what if she don't graduate?
No. She gonna graduate. If I fuck with her, she gonna have to. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying I didn't think this shit happen because they didn't graduate.
If I'm investing my time or whatever, because I'm not about to waste my motherfucking time fuck with a motherfucker who ain't about that. You feel what I'm saying?
But if she told you she graduated, like she doing, then she done fell in the program, whatever.
So that's when I pick up the pieces, whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? If we fucking with each other on that type of level, I would then be like, okay, this is where we at. I got you, whatever the case is.
That's the potential. Somebody, you get with them, they say working on something, you think they're gonna follow it through, and then they don't ever follow through.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna if you fuck with a motherfucker day to day, you gonna make sure that this motherfucker.
You can't make nobody follow through on that.
No, I'm not saying that you can't make a motherfucker do anything, but you see what a motherfucker doing. You feel what I'm saying? If a motherfucker in school and they going to class every motherfucking day, or whatever, you see the motherfucking results of them being in class every motherfucking day, their attendance.
But what if you don't see the progress, then what you doing?
Well, it depends on the circumstance on how deep involved I am with this person. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not involved or deeply, then I ain't fuck with them anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like me. If I'm
that's why I was trying to potential, like people making promises telling you they don't get together, they might have everything, and you might be somewhere else in your life, and you expect them to come around on certain things, and then that don't happen. That's potential.
Nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't in that realm of thinking. No, I ain't fucking with it. First, that's why I take my time dating. You feel what I'm saying? I take my motherfucking time. I understand that my time is valuable, as well as theirs. If I fuck with you like I said, you're a reflection of myself. That means like anything that I am, that you about the same type of motherfucking thing that I'm on. Emotion or whatever the fuck it is, you on the same type of time I'm on. You know what I'm saying? I don't deal with anything other than that. I was dealing with a young lady, man, like she thought she was the flyest thing ever. She was cool, she was pretty as a motherfucker, whatever the case is. But shorty thought that she could change a person or want a motherfucker to be what she wanted it to be, and her shit wasn't even all the way tight. And I'm looking at this motherfucker like, shorty, how the fuck do you think that you want certain things to be a certain type of way, shorty? You ain't even got shit popping for your motherfucker.
You have people like that too. They got these high expectations. They want caliber people, but you're not of caliber.
You're not of caliber. Like,
you're not being like you ain't you ask. That's why me ask you to make sure if I'm dating you. You see people do this all the time. What a person got to buy for you, what they got to have. I want you to have 100,000, but I don't got that. I want you to be able to take me out on these trips and buy this and that, but can't give you the same thing back.
I'm going to tell you like this, like, you know what I'm saying?
You will see people saying that.
We're dealing with a motherfucker of that, or whatever, if it's up, it's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to worry about this and the third. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm dating or dealing with a motherfucker, whether I'm up or not, you ain't never tell any motherfucker that. You know what I'm saying? However, if I'm up, you know what I'm saying, baby, we good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
If I'm not as up as I want to be, then you know what I'm saying, I'm not looking for you to do anything, but I am looking to see if you got me as much as I had you.
So how long you think a person should be with the person after losing income? How long you think before holding them down, before you should throw the towel in?
Y'all in a relationship?
Yeah.
Y'all in a committed relationship?
Yeah. Like you lost your income, you lost your job.
I don't think a motherfucker should be down no more than like 2 to 3 weeks. You feel what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like shit, if I lose my job today, I got another job coming, just like that, or whatever the fuck the case is, or I'm out doing what I need to do in order to secure my motherfucking income. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's not that. If it's not that drastic, then I'm looking for another motherfucking job. But if it's drastic, goddamn, I'm doing whatever the fuck it is I need.
You ever dealt with a person like who just like quit jobs every time they're not taking direction? They just like, I'm not going to work this job.
Hell no. Why would I deal with that motherfucker like that?
What's wrong with a motherfucker like that?
What's wrong with a motherfucker like that? If a motherfucker keep quitting jobs, then he must got some, or he or she must got motherfucker some type of income that they're gaining as they quit these motherfucking jobs. Otherwise, I ain't quitting the motherfucking job. I need some type of fuck that. You know what I'm saying? If I don't like my motherfucking job that I work now. Guess what? I'm in that motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? I gotta make sure my kid. First of all, I gotta make sure I'm straight first. Because if I ain't straight, then my kids ain't straight.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? But if I'm good, then my kids is good. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make sure that I do everything in my motherfucking power to ensure that I have some type of income, some type of way, shape, or form.
And that's the stability. That's that grown man level.
You must have it. If you don't have it, then you fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of men out here don't got it, and women too.
It's a lot of, I know.
It ain't just the men, it's the women too.
I don't know, truly, I don't fuck with them. You know what I mean? Like, if you on that type of time, then, like.
They ain't your type of woman.
Hell no. I know a motherfucker. Like,
some people feel like they make, if you make more, they feel like, you know, they feel like,
I know.
And some people got that mindset, if you make more, then it makes you take care of them. They don't come out and say it, but they do what they have. They don't put all that same
First of all, I'm not looking for anybody. Let's say if I'm in a relationship with a motherfucker, and I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I've been in those situations when I'm fucked up. Like, hey, short, I need